Welcome back to our second, number 2 show here with Around the City and with Danny and Mimi. And we're so happy that you tuned in today. And we have a wonderful show lined up for you. And first of all, Mimi, do you want to say something? Thank you. Hi. Anything?
Well, you said it all for me, so I'm fine. Thank you for introducing me. We're ready to go.
Sounds great. So welcome back. And first, we're going to get started here with a couple of updates. And first, I want everybody to understand that COVID is not gone away. COVID is here. COVID is alive, and COVID is very strong. Please, if you are feeling sick at all, stay home. Please, for the love of everything that is holy and pure, stay home. Don't go out. If you feel any type of symptoms, if you have any symptoms, please go and get checked out for that. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes, it's a rise now in COVID once again, so we want to protect us and be ahead of the game. So please, if you feel uncomfortable where there's a crowd of individuals, please mask up. Mask up for yourself, for your family, and those around you.
Thank you. And while Mimi is on it, right? She's going to give us a quick update of something so important that's happening here in Columbus, and that is our ARP funding. Mimi, what is ARP funding? Where are we at with that? Give us some quick tidbits, and hopefully we'll be able to, talk about these grants with our small businesses here in Columbus, and to be able to make life better for everyone involved.
Well, Danny, as we spoke in our last show about the ARP grant, we're happy to announce that for the small business grant, we have put away $3 million to give. Almost all that money has been currently on applications and exhausted. For the nonprofit grants, we had $1 million for it, and we had to transfer $393,000 to small businesses. And I'll explain to you in a minute why. And for economy and tourism grant, we had $850,000, but $750,000 was transferred to small businesses. The application process was released on January the 11th, and around June 25th, we had to close it because we maxed our capacity for the funds that was available. Right. Now, the reason that the funds were transferred from the nonprofit and tourism is that we did not get enough applications for it, and not enough people that met the criteria. And the criteria was a little difficult. Maybe on round 2, we'll do a better job at it and not make it as tough as it is. But we're happy to say that the money that we're transferring over is going to help the small businesses, because when we met the capacity of the $3 million, we still had people out there. And people came before council and asked, what about us, the small businesses, home-based businesses? And unfortunately, they did not qualify for the first round. But we've been very blessed from the state. We received an additional $4 million, and we're looking at council on how to give more of that $4 million to small businesses so we could finish the applications that were already submitted, and for any new application in home-based. Now, the home-based, if we did reimbursement fund for home-based, the only problem we're gonna have there, because it's home-based, we'll have to use the occupational tax, which in the ordinance it says 15% of it is considered business. So if someone applied, had a home-based business, and they applied for the second round to receive money, they would only get 15% of what they spent, because this is the only way we can distinguish what is personal home and what is actually business.
And when you say home-based business, we're definitely talking about, for example, people who work out of their homes doing, say, for example, taxes or bookkeeping, or, I mean, does that cover pretty much anything you do out of your house?
No. Only people that have a business license, occupational, to do business in their home. Because remember, now with COVID, a lot of people are working from home.
Right.
They don't qualify. It's actual business, and you have to have an occupational tax form in order for you to be able to even apply. And that decision hasn't been completely made yet because we had to send to the state all the applications, all the information, what we want to do. Now we're waiting for their approval. Once they give us our approval, we'll come back out to the public, to our constituents, and let them know and they can apply. But again, home-based businesses have to have an occupational tax, and we're only going to give them 15% of what their business is.
Okay.
And that's your roundup for
Well,
ARP.
well,
There's
thank
a
you.
lot. No, really, there's a lot more to it, but the part that we covered and we were interested was in the small businesses, so that's what the update is for. If anyone's more interested, you can visit our website at the columbusga.org, and you can see all the other funding that we received and how it was distributed.
Very good.
Okay.
Are they looking to leave the application the way it was? Just in, when I was out in my experience in the community helping some businesses get the application turned in, it was a tedious thing, but it was obviously very well worth it for those small businesses. It completely changed lives. And my question was, are there anything they're going to be changing to the application as far as you know?
Well, we are having conversations in trying to simplify it a little bit more. But we also have to remember we have to follow the federal and state guidelines. So sometimes those guidelines are very different from ours. But then everything again is interpretation. But what we're looking at is to try to simplify it because we have found it was very difficult for some individuals. They really needed help, and some people were afraid. They didn't know what questions to ask.
While we're on the topic of grants, before we go to our first break, I did want to mention I did have a quick update on crime prevention grants. Mayor Henderson had appointed me to chair that board a couple of months ago, and it has been so much fun to be able to see all of these programs apply for crime prevention money. And we are in the final stages of reviewing all of the applications, all 49 of them that came in, different organizations, 501c3s here in town that are hoping that their programs would be funded in order to curb crime in the future. And that is where our heart is. And we have a wonderful board, and we are reviewing all of those applications one by one. And so I did want to give a quick update that we are in the final stages. We have the last batch. We are meeting very, very soon, and we're going to be going over that. So wanted to make sure, because then after that, we advise, right, where the funding should go, and then it's up to council to make sure that they approve that. So if you don't get any money, it's Mimi's fault.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's go on to the next.
The chair is Danny. It would be Danny's fault because Danny didn't complete the process.
All right.
No, in saying that, Danny, do you know more or less roughly in council, we never give exact dates because you never know what can happen. But do you know roughly about when it will come to council?
We're, like I said, in the final stages, so we're looking to make final decisions in the upcoming few weeks, and then at that point it'll get sent over to council for approval. And once council approves it, those checks are going to be cut immediately. So we're looking for hopefully monies here by August, September, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And so I know you're writing that down. I probably shouldn't have said that, but.
I'm not going to hold you to it. Just want to have an estimated time. I'm not going to hold you to it.
Look, these are taxpayers' funds. We want to make sure that they get to the right places. We want to make sure they get in the right hands. And we just want to make sure that the money is being spent wisely and allocated to the absolute best that we can do for our city. So, it's a serious thing. Some of these applications, they're very long, very tedious. Lots of information that we're having to go through, and it should be hard. It should be hard to get that as far as what your program parameters are, what you're doing, and as long as it falls within the scope, and we feel that there is merit to your program, that is what we're banking on. You'll be able to get some funds. So.
Yeah, and it's important, the crime prevention grant is very important because it does help different small organizations to help. It does help with crime because even if you're able to save one life, that's one life. That life can turn into 2, 3, and so forth. What I'd like to see in the future, Danny, if you would, consider it, talk to your board and consider it, is to give us little clips every now and then, either on council or on this show, little clips, or even get with CCG with Mike and do little clips of these different organizations that were given the money so that people in the community will know. Because sometimes, what happens, we have programs in our city and people just talk about them, but they don't know about them. And unfortunately, some people who need it are not part of it. And so it's important, the more we can use publicity or public or marketing to be able to get that out there to the community. Because there's some great programs in Columbus, Georgia.
There's so many wonderful programs. And I mean, we are in conversations as far as, clips, videos, having some type of a small, program outline for council to be able to look over. We really didn't want to do that during the actual funding or the application process. We wanted to make sure that we went through all that. So we just wanted to make sure that, that we stayed completely above board. We didn't want to spotlight any particular programs that were at this point applicants, and they're not subrecipients yet. So once that happens, absolutely. But definitely throughout the year, we're talking in conversation with Seth Brown, who is our crime prevention director. We want to make sure that we have a presence there on, at council meetings, and so, that way when you guys vote, you guys at least can put a face to a program, that kind of type stuff. So yes, we're definitely in conversation for that. Thank you for bringing that up. And also, of course, there's many ways to serve the community. I think you wanted to mention Civic Ready?
Yes, we'll go Civic
Not
Ready.
City
Not
Ready.
City.
Civic Ready.
Yes. Well, yesterday while we were in council, we were speaking about a situation and we were reminded about the Civic Ready. And the Civic Ready is where citizens in Columbus, Georgia can sign up, and they can sign up and you will get on your phone either a phone call or you get a text when there's something important going on in the city, alert like tornadoes. They're not picking up your trash on this day because it's a holiday, it's another one. It's really good, and some people in the community have it, some people don't. We were discussing about, how there are incidents that happen, children being missing, pets missing, things like that. So this is an important number for us to be put up. I'm gonna ask Mike to put it up on the screen later for us, but to sign up, all you have to go is to our website, or you can call 311 or 706-653-4300, and you can say you wanna sign up. Don't miss out on any important city notification. And it's very important that the citizens are. I love it because sometimes when they're gonna close the street because of an incident or something, you get this little phone call, you answer your phone, and it's the consolidated government telling you, don't take this route because there's an accident or a situation. It should be like that for about an hour or 2 hours. Man. And if you don't answer your phone, we are really persistent people, because we'll text you and tell you, don't go down that road.
All right.
Don't go there.
Thank you.
So
thank you for
go sign up, because I know you're not signed up.
Great. We are going to take us a quick break now. Done? We're going to take us a quick break, and we're going to have a very, very special guest coming up. And
stay tuned. You didn't finish that correctly.
No, I didn't.
You did not do that correct.
I felt bad for a second.
Thank you. No. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in one moment.
Why you gotta take my line?
Because you didn't do it right.
Hi, I'm Rosa Evans, Director of Metro Transit System here in Columbus, Georgia, where we're looking for dependable, reliable employees to join our team. My career began as a bus operator, and now as Director, I'm looking for someone like you. There are so many new and innovative things coming to Metro, and we, the Metro family, would love for you to be a part of it.
Hey, aren't you that guy?
I get that all the time. Plus, you think they let me drive a bus?
Let's roll with Metro!
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again to our second show of Around the City with Danny and Mimi. And Mimi, please introduce our very, very special guest that we have today.
Well, thank you, Danny. It will be my honor to introduce our guest today. Today we have with us Sarah Lane from Valley Healthcare System. And she's going to tell us about an exciting project that they are going to have in our city. And that's why I asked you, Danny, can we have Sarah? Because I think what her and her organization doing is so amazing, and it's going to benefit the community as a whole. So in saying that, Sarah, welcome.
Well,
to
thank
Around
you,
the City
thank
with
you.
Danny and Mimi.
It's a pleasure to be here and talking about the new event that's coming to Columbus in August, from August 3rd through August the 12th. We are partnering with the Department of Defense and their Innovative Readiness Training Program, IRT. Everyone has to have the acronym in.
That's right.
And through this training, there will be over 200 military personnel stationed here during that 2-week period to provide not only training for themselves, but in doing so will provide no-cost health care for
Amazing.
everyone,
Wow.
anyone who comes to the Civic Center. The main location will be at the Civic Center here in Columbus, but we'll have satellite sites as well. One in Beauregard, Alabama, and the other in Lumpkin.
Wow, okay.
We want to make sure that those outer locations will have the access to, because of transportation issues may not allow individuals to be able to come to the Civic Center. So we wanted to make sure that they were available to those locations as well. So for that time period, we will have medical personnel, dental personnel, we will have optometry. Glasses will be made within a day.
Wow, that's amazing. That is really amazing.
And also we're going to partner with PAWS of Columbus.
Great.
They will, even veterinarians need training. So we're partnering with PAWS. The vets will be located there to provide services. Small animals, no horses this time around.
Horses, or what is it? Pigs, alligators.
No, thank you. No snakes. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Snakes. Snakes too.
So it's of no cost. It has been already paid for through taxpayer funds, through the Department of Defense. So we're very careful to say it's of no cost because it's not free. It has been paid for through taxpayer funds. And we're just excited that the Department of Defense selected Columbus as the location for that training, but it's also available, not just available for every military personnel, every branch. So you're going to see someone here from the Navy, from the Army, the Air Force, National Guard, Reserve. They're all going to be joint training here in Columbus. And the other two locations in Lumpkin and Beauregard. So that in itself, being able to train together so that if there is an emergency, and they must be deployed here in the U.S. and territories, they can work together, they know how to work together. We're going to bed down, as they say, at the Civic Center. So females will have the better location.
Of course, Danny.
And then the guys will have to bunk down on the floor and on the ice.
I was going to ask if this was a yearly event, or if this was part of like standard military training, or
It
if this
has
was,
to be. It
Okay.
is a required training annually.
Yeah.
So we're the last of the year. The last two training opportunities were in Hawaii
Oh, must be nice.
Wow.
and Alaska.
Oh, wow.
That'd be cool.
So they've just completed the Alaska opportunity, the training there, and they're excited about coming to Columbus. They've been here. We've been working on this for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Wow.
For 2 years?
For 2
The
years.
silent secret. See, I'm not the only one that has surprises.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So we in Columbus had two special angels, yourself and Congressman Bishop, to see a vision and execute it. And here it is,
Yeah.
August 3rd through the 12th. People that don't have insurance, and even people that do, because sometimes they have insurance, but it doesn't cover everything.
Correct.
Insurance is a very difficult thing. You have to have health, you have to have dental, you have to have eye, you have to have for cancer. It's so complex, and lots of people don't understand it. And to have a program like this in our city, a Tri-City, to have that is impressive.
Yes.
I would say to you, in behalf of the citizens of Columbus, Georgia, I would say to you and Congressman Bishop, thank you.
thank
Because you could have gone anywhere. You could have gone to Atlanta, you could have went to LaGrange, you could have went anywhere, but you chose Columbus, Georgia.
Definitely.
And
Definitely
tell us a
here.
little bit more about Valley Healthcare, and we're about to wrap it up, and we'll probably have to have you
Right,
back to tell us
right.
more and more in detail.
Well, I do want to respond to the fact that we're here and making it aware, the whole event aware through your platform is one way of getting the word out. And I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that this will be through the weekend as well. So there's no break.
Oh, okay.
So Monday through Sunday, it will
Okay.
be available to anyone that is wanting this health care.
Okay. One more question before
8
we...
to 5. I want to mention
Yes.
that.
But one more question before we wrap it up. Do they have to set an appointment?
No.
Or is it walk-in?
Just walk up.
Oh, awesome.
up.
Awesome.
So, and we need volunteers. We need volunteers to help guide those individuals that will be coming through the lines so that we can have order
Okay.
and
Do you
get
have a
everyone
phone
in.
number you can provide with us today?
For additional information, please call 706-987-8330, and we will get that information to you.
Well, remember, Danny, if you have some time, let's go and volunteer. Let's go help. Or people you know, get that face you're giving me. You can give up your weekend one Saturday for 2 hours, Danny. One Saturday, 2 hours. Give back to the community, Danny.
This was very worth not having a food guest.
Oh,
so it is.
It
I am
was
okay.
food for the soul.
It was food for the soul. Thank you so much for being here, and
right.
we thank you for bringing that to our beloved town.
We'll be right back with
back.
Around the City with Danny and Mimi.
Hi, I'm Rosa Evans, Director of Metro Transit System here in Columbus, Georgia, where we're looking for dependable, reliable employees to join our team. My career began as a bus operator, and now as director, I'm looking for someone like you. There are so many new and innovative things coming to Metro, and we, the Metro family, would love for you to be a part of it.
Hey, aren't you that guy?
I get that all the time. Plus, you think they let me drive a bus?
Let's roll with Metro!
Welcome back, and thank you for that information. Folks, let's not forget Valley Healthcare Innovative Readiness Training. The event is going to be on
August the 3rd through the 12th at the Civic Center from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And
Thank
make
you.
sure we all go out there and support this event.
Excellent. Mimi, it is that time in our show for you to teach us today. Tia Mimi, tell us what the Spanish word of the day is.
You really want to know?
I already know because I wrote it down, but yeah.
Oh, you cheated. You're not supposed to know. It's supposed to be a secret for you. But
Yes,
anyway,
it's
the
a
word
secret.
of
I
the
don't know what
day-
it is. What is it?
Yeah, right. The word of the day is abuela. Abuela means grandma. Abuelo means grandfather. Now, in abuela, you can change it different ways. Y'all not so lucky, y'all men. But abuelas, we can be
Sexist.
called ita, we can call abuela or abuelita with the end of the. For you guys, sorry, you're just abuelo or papi, and that's it.
You're actually kind of wrong. My
No, I'm
kids
not.
call my grandfather Ito, my dad Ito.
Oh, I never heard ito before. That must be a Cuban thing.
Okay.
Awesome. That's good though. I
Yes.
like it.
All right,
It's
so
new. So y'all
you're
know
abuela
now.
Mimi now?
No, not for you. I'm still Tia Mimi for you.
Okay.
That's it. So
All right.
today's word, when you see your grandparents, you can say to your grandma, instead of saying grandma, you can say abuelita. It's really funny because I have 5 grandchildren, and
5 great grandchildren?
I know. Don't get me that old. Anyway,
Great-
I have grandkids.
not great-grandchildren.
No, not great. And then 3 of them will say abuelita. They prefer that. And then 2 of them, they hate it. They just say ita. And when I say, no, it's abuelita, they say, no, it's ita. So kids split it up the way they want. But when next time you see your grandmother, you say, hola, abuelita. And that's your first Spanish lesson. Or
Second.
let's pretend that this is a grandfather. We say, hola, abuelito, bendición. And that's it for today. Abuelito y abuelita.
Whew. Okay, so thank you for that.
You're so sweet.
Thank you. Before we close, we need to make sure that we go over how important it is for everyone here to not only to be registered to vote, but to please make your voice heard. And por favor, mi gente, es tiempo de votar, es tiempo de estar seguros que están registrados para votar. Y si hay en tu vida un momento que es más importante, el tiempo es ahora. So,
Oh,
you get all
wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You did that very well with a deep Southern accent, but you did it very well. Hooray, Danny! But it is important for everyone to realize the importance of your voice. Your voice is the key to the city's success. Your voice is the future of your children. So please, go out and vote. Don't make it an assumption, oh, that person's gonna win anyway. Don't do that. Like I learned in history, Hitler won by one vote. By one vote. So if you want to see your government that reflects you and your wants and your wishes, you must exercise the right to vote. And remember, we have an election coming up in November.
That's right. Okay, well, folks, that is
No.
going to close.
We're not closing, Danny. I'm taking over now,
It
Danny.
says right here, close.
I'm taking over, Danny. It's my turn. Well,
Okay.
Danny, I have a little surprise for you.
What is that, abuelita Mimi?
Oh, no, you did not go there. I am not your abuelita. I am Tia Mimi to you.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay.
what you got
But
over there?
anyway, that temperature, that Puerto Rican was coming out. Now, I have a little surprise for you, Danny.
All right.
Since you were upset we didn't have a guest with food
Yes,
for
that
you
is
to eat,
the worst part of today.
I sweated and worked so hard and slave cooking, and you know that's all a lie, right?
Yes.
I
do
got up
know.
this morning. I went to the Latin bakery, La Garitu, and I got you some goodies. I got you some flan, which is like custard for Americans. It's like custards, but it's called flan. I got you these cookies. I should have took the price off, but I didn't. These are cameo. In Puerto Rico, this is a must with a cup of café con leche.
Yes.
With a cup of coffee. I don't know about you in Cuba, but we love these with coffee. So I thought I'd bring you some of that, but this
Time
is
out,
the
time out.
best. What?
Okay, wait, stop.
What you want?
You want to do the camera bit? Bring it all close to all the food?
You gotta
You
take
sure?
the price off of it.
Okay.
Because
well,
I
then
didn't
don't
take the
worry. Then
price.
just- we'll edit that out. Okay. Ooh, these are good.
Yes, they are good. Not all. We're sharing with the Kramer crew. It's not all for you, Danny. I'm sorry to break your heart. But you
All
can
right.
have it. But I did bring these and this.
What
You're
you
going
got?
to love.
Let's see what you got.
Wait, I want the camera to get a good view of this because this is amazing. Uh-oh, I
Whoa.
took some of it with me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, psh. I messed
That's-
up. I get to eat it. There it is. Look at those pastries. Can
Where
you
is
see
it?
them? Oh my God. And you see
Ooh.
those good pastries?
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
put them up?
Whoa.
There you go. How's that? Now
let-
look what I
let me see
brought
that
for you.
box.
I'm not finished, Danny. I'm not finished. I'm the boss right now.
Whoa.
You've been the boss the whole time. Now it's me.
Okay.
Look, in here, I brought you quesitos. I brought you, oh my gosh, she told me how to say that. Man, I can't say that.
Tornillito.
Toñinitos, and it's like a cream cheesy thing inside. I think it's almost like that custard.
I know what
stuff.
it is. I just
Oh,
want
great.
it. Can I just have it?
No, you can't have it yet. And I brought you a pastelillo de guayaba, which is a fruit. I brought you some pastelillos de pineapple. And I brought you, this one's new. I never heard that. A pastelillo that is a strawberry cheesecake. Aren't you ready to eat this?
Yes.
But you can't have it.
What?
You can't have it.
Why?
Because we got to close the show before you can eat.
Bye.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Thank
Danny.
you guys for tuning in. We are closing the show right now. Mimi, any last words?
Yes, we're going to delay this closing so Danny can
Oh.
suffer, so he could just, his mouth be watery of all the pastries we brought. Don't you love your tia?
Yep.
Your tia was good. Well, thank you all. Stay tuned. And remember, we're here for you. Any information, anything you have, you want us to show, demonstrate in the show, call Theo Donnie.
Show's
and he'll
closed.
take
Let's
it.
eat.
Until
you all.
next time.